My name is Marikay Abuzuaiter. I'm a small restaurant owner. My husband and I own several businesses in town. I'm also very involved in the community and in certain activist organizations. I was appointed a Human Relations Commissioner and thoroughly enjoyed that. I also have been in the political arena and never thought I would have a passion for it, but have found out that I do have a passion for it. So uh, saying all that leads me to what is my definition of democracy, and first off, what is the dictionary definition of democracy? Democracy in the dictionary is governance of the people, by the people, and for the people in its most simplest terms. I believe that democracy also allows us to have freedom of religion, which is stated in some terms also, that it allows us to move about freely, to not be afraid of what we wish to speak out against, what we wish to speak out for, that we are allowed to function in our daily lives in an equitable manner. Those things are what democracy means to me. Now, I have traveled in third world countries, and I must say that even being an American in those countries, I'm not allowed to travel freely. I'm not allowed to live my daily life as I wish. Speaking specifically of traveling in the Middle East, at every 2-3 miles, you have to have ID, passport, you have to have all documentation. While I realize that our democracy may have some problems that need to be attended to, I also realize after visiting in third world countries that we do have basically a democratic state here. Of course, you're going to have all the problems, the pros and cons. Are we really truly democratic? Are we really electing officials as we should? Uh, Back in history, there were times when the voting process was corrupt, where people paid for their votes, all of those things. But when you get right down to it, we basically do have the rights as a democratic country and a democratic process. We can elect our officials. They are not always appointed. We can disagree on things that are either foreign to us or that we truly, truly believe are not part of what should be the democratic process. So we do have those rights. Now, are there problems with even that section of trying to profess your democratic rights? Of course there are. But all in all, I must say that I am glad to have grown up in what I feel is a democracy. I do believe that as long as we can voice our opinions, as long as we can exercise our right to vote, as long as we have the freedom to have religious views that are different than others, to have views that are different than others, I really believe that we are, along those lines, helping the democratic process. So as long as we have a voice, and sometimes it isn't heard, but as long as we are able to state that voice without freedom of persecution, there are sometimes when certain groups are persecuted for stating their beliefs. But all in all, we can go about and state our daily lives, in our daily lives, that we can state our views, we can uh, go along with the process of stating what we believe and how we believe and how we institute the whole process of a democratic government. I believe that a democratic government should be a little more open, and the word going around now is transparent. So I believe that the more that the people know, the more they are able to give their intelligently researched decisions and their voices to that process.